What's happening, guys? Good afternoon. Captain Greg here at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Anyway, we're just going to take a quick look around, standing up on the bow of the boat at the fishing center. Got some of our dock partners here out into the sound there. Dolphin tour boat. And there's some of the West Siders over there. Kenneth down at the fuel dock, and the rest of the boats coming in. Anyway, just gives you a good look around. There's the old store over there. Actually, they're going to build a new one right there behind that boat at the fuel dock starting next year, which will really be nice. We can't wait for that. Anyway, let's go back and do a quick tour of the boat. Anyway, we're coming down the line here and get in the cockpit. We'll start right there. Anyway, got our start at the transom. We got our teak covering boards and a big old fish box here that'll hold 18 tunas easy. And then there's a fighting chair. That's a Release Unlimited. And there Carson's got his tuna gear there, all Shimano's and custom rods. Anyway, we've got a power intake on this side. We've actually got one on both sides, so either way. And got our water running there. We can run off house pressure or dock pressure, either one. So we usually fill our tank up. We hold 220 gallons. And then we switch it over to to dock side, and then we can run our ice maker all day. That's our mezzanine seating there, which is super comfortable. And then we've got all over the deck down here, we've got this nice cushion here, SeaDek from Aaron Crossweight and the boys at Crossweight Composites. But we got a little storage area here. Carson keeps some of his stuff in that. And then I don't know if I can open this thing with one hand, but that's our ice maker pumping out ice. I'll show you the ice maker itself later, but it pumps it up from the engine room and brings it up to us. Got another little compartment here, keeps a little bit of tackle in that, and some big leads for bottom dropping. That's a drink cooler there. That's where we keep our bait and bait we're going to use for the day. And then we've got a little tackle drawer here. Keep some chains and teasers, and I think there's a couple little spreader bars and stuff in there, and just handy to have. And then we've got a little extra ice storage over here. We can put whatever we want in there. Anyway, there's the ladder up to the bridge. You can actually go up either side also. That's how it originally was, but we'll crank up there and see what's going on up there. You can see off the back of the boat. This is my view all day, but we got 6 rod holders in the belly band, and we usually fish 3 or 4 rods from up here. And there's the helm chair. You come on over, and this is what it looks like when you're driving. You got your wheel, your cat displays for your motors, the two C18 Acerts down there. This is your autopilot, your controls for your spotlight remote, and these are your planers on the back there to keep us squared away. You know, we can even out the boat or whatever with the trim tabs. And then you got your electronics. Everything in there is interconnected, and which makes it nice. I can switch screens back and forth. Right now I usually keep this one on radar. This one we usually actually have on our XM stereo, but coming in and out of the inlet I keep that on depth, so I can keep both of these on our navigation screens. And then we can always shut these down if it's rough. Up top got 2 VHF radios, an XM Bluetooth radio stereo that we can hook your phone into, Bluetooth or pick up XM. And then these are 2 Furuno just displays, one set on launch lat, the other one on TDs, and then they just give you some depth information. You can program to do whatever you want. And then this is our gears. This controls the gears or the transmission. We can put it in neutral. We can sync the 2 motors together so they work off of one shifter. We can put it in a trolling valve so it goes slower. You can do a lot of stuff. Got a little storage compartment here, and then we've got some storage. You can see I got a couple snacks in there, and that's our breaker box for the bridge. These are some light switches and stuff. Most of the time when we leave, it's dark. Curtains all zip up and fold up, so when it's hot we can get a little oxygen and air moving up here. And let's see, this little hatch opens up. That's all our bailing rods for catching the little dolphin. They were pretty sporty on that. And that green, lime green thing there, that's an EPIRB. If we were to have troubles, we send that out and it sends off a signal to the Coast Guard so they can come help us out and hopefully find us if we need all that. So far so good though. Compass there. Some more storage up here. We don't keep much. Carson's got a bean bag so you can take a little rest on the way in, and a life ring. That's about it. There's a couple of GPS antennas in there too. And then we got some storage under here. Got our flares, a couple life jackets, some rain gear, electronic covers, stuff like that. Anyway, that's where we roll from, and we'll get some video of all that actually in action here soon. But we'll shoot down to the cabin, let you guys check that out. All right, here we come in. Very large cabin here. We've got a wrap sofa here. We just put these in, these cushions in, and we extended them about 5 inches just to make it a little more comfortable. And as you come around the port side, you got some cabinet space with countertop for fixing stuff. We've got carpeted area up there in the brow, so if you put something down for some of the stuff you bring with you, it won't fly all over the boat. Stairs, wrap back around, back to the door, and by the door, Carson's got a little tackle station here that he can use to keep stuff that he uses quite often. He's got it all rigged up and ready to hook up and go. He's got another one on this port side. That's all leaders and hooks and whatnot there, ready to go for tuna fishing. Sea witch collection. Some bluefin lures and assorted other stuff he's got in there. I don't know what else we got. Some more hooks and lures, and I think this is some knives and gloves and scale, stuff like that. But it's just handy to have right here by the salon door. We've got our little photo picture frame thing there so people can look at a few pictures. AC vents. We've got 2 ACs that run up here and one downstairs. Little trash can that comes out. Microwave, some closet storage here and drawers and whatnot. And then we've got our 2-drawer fridge there. Keep stuff in another AC vent. And that's our old bucket harness there. We have that out every day. But anyway, we'll come down the stairs here. You can see to the port side, we've got a little cabinet here that we actually, that's the majority of our toolbox there. We keep all kinds of tools in here. You got screwdrivers, pliers, stuff like that. Our wrenches, small socket sets, extensions. And then we've got over under the steps, we've got all our big wrenches in here, some pry bars, stuff like that. Our electrical stuff, drills, extension cords, drill bits, driver bits, chargers, all that in that one. And down here we got a giant socket set and some zip ties. Coming around to port, that's our freezer. That's where we keep all of our bait. You can see it's pretty full. We got some mackerel in there for a tournament we're fishing here in a couple weeks. And got a little more storage up top. Waxes, lubricants, stuff like that. Some rags, spray wax. Just stuff to keep where you know where it's at. Our 80s and 130s go right on this wall, and then up top there, that's where all those 50s that were outside, that's where they go. every rod. I think we've got 46 rods here, and there's a spot for all them to hang, so they're ready to go. We've got more storage under these. Got another bunk over here. That's our white marlin rods under there. They're ready to put out anytime. We also use them for our dolphin fishing. And then we've got more storage under this bunk. Got some drinks and spreader bars and whatnot in there. And then back toward the aft, we've got our head. We've got, as I said, we got a 220-gallon water tank and toilet storage down below the sink. And then there's storage up there behind the mirrors. And then that's our shower there. Got a nice teak and holly sole here. And anyway, up toward the front, we've got more storage, which you can never have too much of that. Carson's got all his stuff made up in labeled: kite fishing box, yellowfin tuna, mahi, bottom fishing, popping and jigging for tuna, cobia box, line and wire, extra crimps and stuff. And then in the bottom, he's got line. We've got our vacuum cleaner down in that one. And then up in the V berth, got a couple LPs, our deep rod or our planer rig there. Then we've got an assortment of other stuff: popping rods, jigging rods, kite fishing rods, cobia fishing rods, and all up here. Anchor locker up there, and there's storage under here as well, this whole bunk. And then we've got a hanging locker over to this side, which doesn't have a whole lot in it, but it's good to have too much storage than not enough. This side, we got mostly stuff for lure fishing and some more extra line down below. And we pull some lures, especially in blue marlin tournaments, and that's pretty much what those are about. Anyway, that's a look back aft from up in the V berth. Also, you can see our control panel for all our electronics and hooking into the generator, and then that's the phaser panel to start the generator. There's also one of them in the engine room, so let's go in there and check that out. And here we go. We got two Caterpillar C18A Search. They're 1150 horsepower a piece. Got a little extra oil back there, big socket set there. Those are the intakes for the water that keep the motors cool. But yeah, they're nice motors. We've had a lot of luck with them. I've had them on other boats. They do a great job, and we got a local cat dealer here that if you do have a problem, they're over pretty quick. That running off that belt down there is actually a salt water pump that runs off the main engine, and that thing will pump, oh my God, I don't know what it pumps, but it pumps a lot of water. It's pretty cool if you need it. We don't even use it much because we've got so much fresh water. I'd rather use that. Anyway, got a shop vac over here, that fire boy. That's in case it gets too hot, get a fire going in here. That thing will set itself off at a certain temperature. I can't even remember what it is, but I know if you ever need it, it's nice to have. Battery charger, macerator pump for the head, freshwater pump. That's that switch back there that goes from fill to dock pressure back there, that yellow switch. And then we got a pressure pump on the boat. Coming around here, we've got the generator, 12.5 kW. That powers everything on the boat. Never had a problem with it. It seems to work really well. Got storage under here. Some of our pumps are in here. We've got storage in here, but that's our ice maker right there. It's actually, you can probably hear it. It's making ice. Makes 1,000 pounds a day, and then it pumps it up through that tube with the insulation on it, right all the way back, and comes out right in the cockpit. That's our exhaust right there, our surge can. And anyway, a little look at the motors and whatnot. You can almost have enough room to stand straight up, but not quite in here. But anyway, got a secondary fuel filter, oil filters. We just changed the oil in here. We'll show you that one day. and the gear oil. These are your gears. And this is our pump that's built in, so this hose will go in the oil and pump it through there and right into the engine. We got a hose that hooks into these valves down here and just pumps it right in. That's the lazarette. There's actually another entrance down here right there from the cockpit. You might be able to see we got a couple flying gaffs hanging in there. And then in the very back is all your steering equipment. And that's about it for down here. It's actually quite a bit going on, but anyway, we'll head back out. You gotta be a little spry to get in and out of the hole, but it isn't all bad. Anyway, guys, that gives you a quick overview of the boat and what kind of, at least what it's all about. And anyway, we'll be back to fishing tomorrow. We had 5 weeks off for the coronavirus shutdown here on the island, and then we had 4 days of fishing in a row, and then Tropical Storm Arthur came and we've missed 5 days in a row, but we'll be back at it tomorrow. Anyway, if you think you'll like some of our content, subscribe and like the channel, and we'll get some fishing stuff and some boat action stuff coming up soon. Appreciate it, guys.